Courtney Hadwin is one of those rare performers who transform the stage the moment they step on it. At just 13, she stunned the world with a voice and energy that seemed decades beyond her years. From a quiet village in County Durham to global stages, Courtney's journey has been extraordinary, but it has also been full of challenges. Behind the viral videos, record deals, and golden buzzers was a young girl navigating fame, pressure, and identity. Her story is one of resilience, growth, and the rediscovery of self. It's about finding one's voice, literally and figuratively, while surviving the whirlwind of early stardom. Early life in County Durham, Courtney Hadwin was born on July 6, 2004, in Hersham, a small former mining village in County Durham, England. She grew up in a close-knit family with her parents, Paul and Anne-Marie, and siblings Paul and Melissa. Music was a natural part of family life, a source of joy, comfort, and expression. From a young age, Courtney would sing at home, experimenting with her voice, and discovering her range long before she ever performed publicly. By the age of 9 or 10, she was already developing her unique style, and by 11, she performed at her primary school. Her first breakout came when she sang "Say Something" by A Great Big World and Christina Aguilera during a lunchtime open mic. The performance was recorded and shared on Facebook, quickly gaining local attention and marking the beginning of a journey that would take her far beyond her village. Her early environment provided both stability and encouragement, laying the foundation for a career fueled by passion and discipline. Discovering her voice. Music became more than a hobby for Courtney. It became her sanctuary. Encouraged by her parents, and especially her grandfather, she began performing locally and busking to refine her craft. Busking wasn't about money. It was about practice, presence, and connecting with strangers through performance. The income she earned went into music lessons at institutions like Shotton Hall Theatre School, Peanuts Master Classes, Kate Sir School of Music, and Vocal Ovation by Julie Miles. Each lesson shaped her voice, giving her the technical skill to match the raw power that set her apart. From a shy child, she transformed into a performer with depth and intensity. Her early work ethic and dedication were evident. While her peers focused on school or leisure, Courtney was tirelessly building the foundation of a professional career, learning how to handle nerves, express emotion, and captivate audiences at every opportunity. Early competitions and stage experience. Courtney's talent soon propelled her into competitions and performances that prepared her for bigger opportunities. In 2015, she entered Teen Star UK, reaching the grand final with a soulful rendition of Bob Dylan's "Make You Feel My Love." The following year, she won Hartlepool's Performer of the Year award and auditioned for Open Mic UK, gaining confidence and stage experience. In 2017, she competed on The Voice Kids UK, performing Tina Turner's Nutbush City Limits, and eventually reaching the semi-finals. Her performances were consistently praised for their raw energy and vocal maturity, showing that age was no barrier to her talent. Each stage built her confidence, taught her professionalism, and prepared her for the intense spotlight that awaited her on America's Got Talent. These early experiences were crucial, shaping her as both a performer and a young person navigating the demands and rewards of public attention. The America's Got Talent breakthrough. In June 2018, a 13-year-old Courtney Hadwin auditioned for America's Got Talent, initially appearing shy and hesitant. But the moment she opened her mouth with Otis Redding's Hard to Handle, she became unrecognizable. Her stage presence was electrifying, her rasp and power astonishing. The audience erupted, and Howie Mandel pressed the golden buzzer, sending her directly to the live shows. Simon Cowell, typically stoic, admitted he was stunned, describing her transformation as like a lion. The audition instantly went viral, gaining tens of millions of views and establishing Courtney as a global sensation. The world had never seen a performance like hers, a combination of raw energy, emotion, and technical brilliance that seemed beyond her years. That single moment marked the start of a journey that would challenge her resilience, patience, and identity as a young artist thrust into international fame. Global recognition and live shows. Following the golden buzzer moment, Courtney's journey continued through the AGT live shows. Her quarterfinal, semifinal, and final performances were electric, with fans hailing her as a generational talent and the future of soul rock. Despite her commanding performances, she finished 6th overall, a result that surprised many who expected her to win. Nevertheless, her exposure led to Las Vegas live shows and a spot on AGT, the champions in early 2019, performing alongside established artists. The recognition was undeniable. She had become a household name almost overnight. Yet behind the scenes, the pressures of fame, rigorous schedules, and expectations of international stardom were quietly mounting, setting the stage for a complex and formative chapter in her young life. Record deal and pressures. By December 2018, at just 14, Courtney signed a long-term recording and publishing deal with Simon Cowell's Psycho Music and Arista Records. Headlines celebrated the achievement, and social media erupted with support. Her family and mentors expressed pride and admiration. Yet, the deal marked a turning point. Courtney was now navigating professional demands far beyond her years. Studio sessions, promotional appearances, and executive meetings filled her schedule. Instead of exploring her raw blues rock identity, she often recorded polished pop tracks designed for market appeal. The constant comparisons to Janis Joplin, though flattering, became limiting. Balancing school, family life, and intense industry expectations, Courtney began to feel isolated, overwhelmed, and disconnected from the music that had initially fueled her passion, highlighting the hidden costs of early stardom. The struggle for artistic identity. Despite the fame, Courtney struggled with the tension between her authentic voice and the commercial demands of the music industry. She later reflected that everyone around me was telling me who I should be, and the pressure to conform to a mold conflicted with her desire to explore her blues and rock roots. The experience took an emotional toll. Long-haul flights, relentless studio sessions, and constant scrutiny left little room for her to develop organically. The joy she had felt performing at local competitions or busking began to fade under the weight of expectation. Fans noticed her reduced online presence, and rumors circulated about burnout or a possible hiatus. In reality, Courtney was retreating from the public eye, reclaiming her personal space to rediscover her voice, a crucial step for any artist, especially one thrust into global fame at such a young age. Reinvention and independence. By the early 2020s, Courtney had stepped back from mainstream visibility, focusing on writing and recording music on her own terms. Collaborating with Grammy-winning producer Kevin Bowe, she began producing songs that reflected her authentic voice, grit, and emotional depth. Tracks like Monsters, Breakable, and You Only Love Me When I Lie showcased her raw power and honesty, earning critical acclaim for their fearless vulnerability. For the first time, Courtney felt in control of her career, creating music that resonated with her heart rather than industry expectations. This period marked a rebirth. She was no longer a child molded for stardom, but a young adult asserting her artistic identity. Learning that resilience isn't just about survival, it's about claiming one's truth and expressing it fully. Returning to the stage. By 2024, Courtney's return to performance reflected confidence and independence. A highlight came when Clive Davis invited her to perform at Carnegie Hall for a Janis Joplin tribute gala. Once compared to Joplin in ways that had felt constraining, she now interpreted her music with her own voice, demonstrating both homage and originality. The shy 13-year-old who had amazed audiences on AGT had matured into a fearless 20-year-old artist, unafraid to command attention on her terms. Her performances now carried the authenticity and power that had first captured the world's attention, but without the pressures that had previously threatened her love of music. This stage of her career represented not only a return, but a reclamation. A young artist thriving with autonomy, creative freedom, and emotional authenticity. Life and career today. Today, Courtney Hadwin resides in County Durham, balancing a grounded personal life with a growing career. Her debut album, Little Miss Jagged, is scheduled for September 2025. Collaborating with Kevin Bowe and managed by Total Artist Management, she performs across the UK and Europe, from intimate venues to prestigious stages. Social media showcases her honesty, mental health reflections, and candid studio moments, connecting with over 1 million followers authentically. Courtney's music is now raw, fearless, and true to her identity. No longer molded solely by industry expectations, she exemplifies resilience, self-discovery, and the power of reclaiming one's voice. Her journey demonstrates that talent, when nurtured thoughtfully, can flourish without losing authenticity or heart.